Hello friends, to continue from volume 9A, uh, by using this volume 9A of PV regulation, in EU, all the medicinal products were carrying forward in the safety aspects. Then what happens, even it's being controlled by volume 9A, if you can see, there were around 1 lakh 97,000 deaths are happening in the EU every year. So it was keep happening. So they are unable to control the medicinal product safety and other aspects, and that's why, because that EMA started in 1995. Since then they were keep observing by having all these hydraulics, and they were controlling the medicine, even though there were so many deaths are going out of control. And then what happens, by keeping all these regulations, anyways all these are ineffective, still ineffective. So I'm not going to talk about that. Since we are in PV, I'm going to talk about going forward only from this aspect, how it got turned. All are still ineffective, I can say. In all is being currently also effective, so all are in green. So I'm not going to talk about this, only this piece what we are going to continue in our in our video. So in 2010, there was a huge meeting had happened in between European Commission and all the health authorities, and even in the Council of Europe, all the ministers joined together, and they have started planning to adapt in order to control everything into directive and the regulations of the European regulations started. They wanted to adapt that one, and that's how for clinical trials there is a directive 2010-84 EU, and there is a regulation, subsequent regulation 1235 slash 2010 came into picture for to perform any clinical trial activity. Same like this for post marketing, directive 200183 EC, and the regulation, subsequent regulation 726 slash 2004, they started adapting these directive and regulations. So what is regulation, what does it mean by directive? Anyways, I have kept a separate video so that you can able to understand clearly. Please don't miss that video. Okay, so in 2010 these are all the changes had happened, and they started adapting these this directive and regulations. Post that in 2012 again, they have started publishing some implementation regulation, commission of implementation regulation, that is number is 520 slash 2012. So they started in the month of June, they started giving some CIR, commission implementation regulation. And for this is actually they have given for mainly to implement the some operational aspects, how to perform better. So that's how it implemented. So why I'm talking about this story from volume 9A, how it transferred to the the regulation flow, how it end up with till here. And if you see any regulation, any guideline, whenever you take, they would have easily they would have used these kind of numbers. So I wanted you to be make sure whenever these numbers are there, where it comes from, that should be very well aware. Now we are going to entering into the actual GVP, and anyways I will rub this board, and I will make from the bottom I will make another video. Just wait for it. Thank you. So from here again the story continues, and after June 2012, then they wanted to establish more. They wanted to set up some measures to draw up to facilitate the performance in the PV in the EU. So they wanted to ensure the quality standard of monitoring the safety of medicines, and also it is their responsibility to taking any action to reduce the risk or to improve the benefit of the medicine. And also EMA has the responsibility that to ensure the detection, collection, and assessment, and to understand and even prevention of adverse effects with medicinal product. And even the marketing authorization holder is more keen on this particular definition, and both wanted to ensure. That's the reason what happened in July 2012, the GVP, good pharmacovigilance practice, came into picture. So that's how we end up with here. So the entire story is the volume 9A alone being replaced to GVP. So that is the history behind it. And whenever in the PV, whenever we are going to refer something, anyways, this is, we are going to refer and commission implementation regulation and the GVP. Anyways, we will go more detail about GVP in the next session. Thank you.